Drivers, thank you for being awesome. I'm Angela Roach, and this is Behind the Wheel powered by HireMaster. The Bureau of Labor Statistics data reflects a small increase of 800 truck transportation jobs in the month of August. However, there have been some signs indicating that the truck transportation employment growth will be slowing down. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics release of employment data from August, there are a total of 1,595,500 truck transportation jobs. Although the August report indicates employment growth, the Bureau of Labor Statistics figures for the month of July say otherwise. The month of July first reported 1,595,000 truck transportation jobs, but was revised downward by a total of 300 jobs in the most recent report. Additionally, the month of June first reported 1,591,500 truck transportation jobs, but was also revised downward by a total of 800 jobs. Although downward revisions have been made in the past months, the job growth in the truck transportation sector has increased in comparison to the previous years. In April 2020, the truck transportation sector declined in jobs by 2,700. Yet, the Bureau of Labor Statistics recorded an increase over the last 10 years. Prior to the 800 job increase reported in August, an additional 6,800 truck transportation jobs were readily available in January, 11,000 jobs in February, 14,900 in March, 6,100 in April, and so forth. Most economists have weighed into the conversation and pointed out that the recent increase of 800 jobs was in the seasonally adjusted data, which is a more accurate figure. In comparison to a not seasonally adjusted basis, the increase in the number of jobs was higher, ranging from 4,700 to 1,612,200. If you are a driver and interested in finding out more about truck transportation jobs, visit hiremaster.com to get connected with a team member today. Last week, we had a clip from Dr. Mark Manera of Supply Chain Fitness giving tips while on the road. For this week's health and fitness tip, we go back out to Dr. Mark Manera for another great tip.
Here's how flipping my mindset about sleep changed my life. Think about your body as a truck. Your truck can't keep going and going and going without an oil change or a tune-up. And if you didn't get the tune-up, your truck will keep going, but it won't run as smoothly as if you maintained it properly. And that mindset flip was thinking about sleep as your body's daily tune-up. You might be able to get away with functioning without a full night's sleep, but you won't be able to work or think as clearly as you would if you were fully rested. So get your daily tune-up and make sleep a priority.
Thank you for the great tip, Mark. You can find more tips from Mark on TikTok at Dr. Mark Manera. As the state of California experiences brutal heat waves this week, officials are asking shipping lines to steer clear of shore power in an attempt to reduce demand on the electric grid. California officials are actively encouraging ocean-going vessels not to plug into shore power for several days during the record heat wave, and instead use unclean energy sources for power at berth for the reason that the electric infrastructure installed to decrease pollution is now under duress. Governor Gavin Newsom intervened and issued an emergency proclamation in an attempt to preserve power capacity. The executive order said that, quote, arriving vessels can temporarily use auxiliary engines to power onboard systems, such as lights, refrigerators, computers, and pumps, during loading and unloading, end quote. Current regulations require 80% of container, cruise, and refrigerated vessels that pertain to the Port of Los Angeles, Long Beach, and Oakland to use shore power on an alternative bonnet technology in an attempt to reduce demand on the electric grid. Mike Jacob, the Vice President and General Counsel for the Pacific Maritime Shipping Association, supported Governor Newsom's executive order and stated, quote, as good corporate citizens, we anticipate that many of our member vessels will participate as requested by Governor Newsom, end quote. Container ships are complying with alternative marine power rules. The Trucking Association of New York and state leaders are seeking to address the shortage of truck parking in the New York City region as a result of numerous trucks being towed and booted. This has resulted in an effort in the state legislature to increase fines for trucks parked illegally in residential areas. The president of the Trucking Association of New York, Kendra Hems, said, quote, "Heavy enforcement alone has not worked in the past and will not work now, absent available commercial vehicle parking. While we in no way condone parking on residential streets where it is illegal to do so, we feel it is imperative to understand that we cannot ticket our way out of this problem. The reality is that drivers, many of them our neighbors, family, and friends, simply have nowhere to park." End quote. The New York City Police Department Chief Jeffrey Madry addressed the issue and explained community complaints led to heavy enforcement. According to the City of New York, the NYPD issued 635 summonses, attached 89 vehicle boots, and towed 55 illegally parked vehicles in 5 days. Although the issue has caught the attention of state leaders, Hem said, quote, "The industry is taking steps, but we cannot do this alone. We need our partners in government to dedicate the time and resources to resolve this problem. The industry must be part of this process, and we are eager to work with this administration to finally find meaningful long term solutions that benefit all New Yorkers, drivers included." End quote. Officials are partnering with a combination of city agencies to deal with this long term issue. In this week's Weather Watch, rain and thunderstorms are to be expected in various parts of the southeastern region, including Arkansas, Alabama, and regions in Texas. As the fall season quickly approaches, heavy rain and flash flood warnings have been issued in Tennessee, Kentucky, Pennsylvania, New York, and New Hampshire. A cold drift is sweeping into the Pacific Northwest with cooler temperatures in the upcoming weeks. Be sure to stay up to date with current precipitation forecasts by tuning in to every episode of Behind the Wheel powered by HireMaster. And that's going to do it for Behind the Wheel. I'm Angela Roach. Be sure to follow us on LinkedIn and subscribe on YouTube to catch each episode and leave us a like and a comment. We'll see you next time on Behind the Wheel, powered by HireMaster.